Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bare Knuckle Boxing Night at Chili Line Brewing Company, pub and Italian eatery, right? You would believe me if I walked up here and said, if I looked like this and then I said that, you would think that there's something wrong with that image, right? Yeah. This is not actually bare knuckle boxing, I'm sorry. You guys actually sounded really psyched through that. My name is Evan Galbert. We are Wayward Comedy. It's Wayward Wednesday, you guys. This is our stand-up open mic night. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm Evan Galbert, as I said before. I will address, starting with, I know what I look like. I look like the problem. I get that. I look like, you know, I kind of am an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I'll admit it now. My name is Evan and I'm an asshole. Hi, Evan. You can't ruin that fucking joke. That is how they do it at the meetings, though. I'll prove to you that I'm an asshole because I know the actual asshole secret handshake. It goes like this. Happens on the road. You have to be driving because that's where it's like gladiatorial combat for assholes. Yeah, this guy already knows because you've seen my act 1,000 times, which is great. So anyway, if you're a real asshole like me and you're driving down the road, this is what you do to salute another asshole. First of all, you see an asshole, do one of those. Okay, that's it. That's about it. You can even have one hand on the wheel. I'll do it one-handed. I'll do it for this side so you can all see really well too. Driving, see an asshole, do it. All right? This does two things. One, blocks your face. Says, no, I don't want to have a conversation with you. I'm hiding my face because I'm an asshole. Second, it shows that you're not even willing to lift your hand off of the steering wheel to acknowledge another living human being. And that is what makes a real asshole, right? That and it's just that I can't grow hair. It's not my fault. It's just that I can't grow hair anywhere that's useful. I can grow hair. I just can't grow hair anywhere useful. Unless I'm missing something about the utility of having hair growing from the tops of your ears. I don't mean like the insides of your ears. Everybody's got that. Keeps dust from getting into your brain or whatever it does. It's got a purpose. I have hair that grows from the tops of my ears like my ears have a scalp, right? And I can't figure it out. Is that to keep pigeons from landing on them? Is that like... This is the exact width of a razor. Just right here. This is part of my grooming. I've trimmed my eyebrows to assume normal human form for all of you today. If I just let all of this go, my beard would become part of like my lower eyelashes, you know, it like grows up to here. And the eyebrows are all one thing that makes like a superhero mask of hair that, you know, then that becomes part of the ear hair over here, and then just nothing on the top of my head. So I look like a great horned owl or something like that, you know? So I shaved it, but now I look like an extra from American History X. And I don't need to. This is an accident. I actually got done doing some background on a show called Waco the Aftermath, which is where I played, you know, let's just call them like some buddies in Texas that may or may not just think it's really cool to be white, I guess. I don't know. I was trying to get myself into the motivation of the character. I couldn't really figure it out. Because I'm actually half Jewish. Bottom half, if anybody was curious. But what I mean by that is I have bad knees and hairy feet and have a hip that gets mashukana when the weather is crazy. You know? So, you know, I got an audition and they were like, hey, can you play a skinhead? And I was like, I suppose, sure, why not? And then, you know, I'm talking to costume people and they're like, do you have any Nazi clothes? Do you have any, like, you know, like, do you have any pants that would make you look like a white supremacist, and I was like, oh, I happen to have like some Carhartts that are covered in paint and some boots that are all fucked up, and a lot of black T-shirts. And am I a skinhead? Fuck! How do I have all these skinhead clothes? And like, just bring everything you own. Bring all of your wardrobe. It's going to be perfect. So I actually got paid extra money to be a skinhead. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't know. This seems wrong. Like, luckily it's me and not an actual skinhead. But if a real skinhead wanted to get paid $350 over 8 hours to like go play a skinhead all day, they totally could have done it. On that note, I know I just I am not actually a white supremacist skinhead. I am. I'm just a guy that got a bad shave on a movie set one time, and I did, however, get a vasectomy to eradicate the Jewish half of me, and it's worked out so far. I'm just saying. Sorry, I like that joke. I just had to throw that in there. Anyway, my name's Evan Galbert. You're going to see a lot of me. I'm going to be your host tonight, but I'm going to get off the stage so that we can welcome some more fun people that are probably not going to bump you out. And coming up first to the stage, I will start to go around and let you guys know. We're going to do a 5-minute time limit, I think, right? It's usually what we do. We'll give you a light at 5 minutes, or we'll give you a light at 4 minutes.
How many on the list? Like 15?
It's about right. We'll light you at 5. That doesn't mean you have to get off the stage right away. That just means you have a minute to wrap it up. Speaking of vasectomies, wrap that shit up. Anyway, coming up next to the stage, we're gonna do somebody who I don't recognize by name, but I'm sure they're very funny. Mr. Billy Brown, are you in here somewhere? Billy Brown? Hey, this guy, yeah. This is gonna be great.
Thank you, everybody. Who saw me hitchhiking? Who saw me hitchhiking? Just the one? All right. And I didn't see anybody in here, but does anybody have a restraining order against me? Nobody? Good. All right. I am an analog guy. I don't have Netflix or Hulu. I don't have Facebook or TikTok or whatever. I don't have a joke there. That's just primer on me. I don't shame people also. I mean, I suppose we all think that we're pretty tolerant and we don't shame people. I only shame people who shame people. I'm like a shamer avenger, like my father Seamus. I was back in Florida, where I'm from, a couple weeks ago, and it surprised me. I happened upon a smoking section while I was dining. I didn't even realize that still existed, even there in Florida, but it does. And it was at that moment, after I moved a couple times in this dining area and still smelled cigarette smoke, that I realized, oh, a smoking section is also a farting section. Problem solved. So I'm sure some of you, I can't be the only one. I'm not alone in having made the mistake to take an ex's call a couple weeks after you break up. Yeah, I took the call and it was all this, you and me and you and you and me. And I was like, look, this is why it didn't work out with us. Try we. We got an STI. We have to do contact tracing. That's just a fact. Oh, it's so funny. That ex was really possessive in our relationship, We got together and I was like, oh, you got to get rid of that bed. You got to get a new bed because I know what you did in that bed with your last relationship. So, I conceded that one. That's a mistake. I conceded that. It didn't stop there. Then it was like, okay, you got to get rid of this couch because I know what's going on the couch. And then it just continued to progress. And it was like, you got to get rid of this toaster because I know y'all made English muffins for each other in this toaster. Petty shit like that. I said, yes, I'll get rid of the toaster as soon as you get rid of the kid from your last relationship. Hey, it's a true story. Just telling you what happened. Hey, what's up with the lack of clocks in the call center, am I right? This guy knows what I'm talking about. Don't forget to tip your bartenders, everybody. You don't have to laugh. You don't have to. You're fine. That was wrong, and I apologize. And you're right not to laugh at that. Shame on me. But good news, I don't have any more Indian characters, so that's out of the way. Sex is a lot like comedy. Well, it's in some regards. It's not, it could not be mistaken for sex right now, but it's better if you're not the only one doing it, of course. There's that. And also, it's wording is very important. With comedy and with sex, one wrong word can ruin the whole thing, can detour your trajectory. Like you don't want to use scientific words when you're building up that sexual tension. When things are getting hot, you don't want to use clinical terms. You go use the slang terms. You know the ones. But there's even some slang terms that can be wrong. For example, it never works to build the sexual tension or make it like a hot, sexy moment to hear or to say, "I can't wait to get that fat fucking boner." I'll take a delayed laugh. That's fine. My brother left his little son, my nephew, with me for the first time. This is, I used to live in Florida. There, my secret's out. I'm okay. I've said it. And so he left his nephew with me for babysitting for the weekend. And my wife and I don't have kids. It's very delicate dealing with a kid. If you're a parent, you gotta watch what you say around them. So this was kind of new to us. So we were very good about not saying the wrong things 99% of the time. And I realized something had slipped through when my brother asked me, "So Devin says you're gonna be a locksmith now?" No, I'm not gonna be a locksmith. What is he talking about? And Devin says, "Yeah, Auntie Jane said she never let you in the back door." And you said, "Well, you just become a locksmith then." Bastard. So, so my wife, my wife, she doesn't come to comedy. She just doesn't like it. I can't tell her any jokes. If I tell her, she just stares at me and walks away. It's awful. And she said, I'll tell her how did it go, honey? Yeah, it went okay. Some stuff bombed, didn't work out. Oh, well, do you want me to come for support? Hell no, I don't want you to come for support. She came out one time. I said, okay, sure, come on next time. She came out one time, and when people didn't laugh, dead silent. She just goes, ha, 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 ha. Awful, made it worse. All right, that's my time. Thanks for Wayward Comedy.
Keep up good, Bryant, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for that. So I will also point this out. If you're new here, if you don't know me, come introduce yourself to me so that I know who you are, so that I'm not just going to put you up last at the end of the night. Because I didn't know this next guy, but I found him, I tracked him down. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Paul Groats.
Thank you. What's up, everybody? You guys are nice. You guys, Santa Fe, super nice. Although I think Santa Fe some people are dangerously nice, actually. You'll be on Cerrillos Road. Somebody be trying to make a left turn across Cerrillos, across 3 lanes of traffic. The 2 cars, yeah, come on, go ahead. The third, bang. Too fucking nice sometimes. But anyway, I'd have to say I'm medium nice. I'm not health food store nice though. I don't think I could do that. I'm not sure how it is these days. When I lived in Long Beach, California, when I could afford to go to such places, I used to go to Whole Foods regularly. And I don't know if this is in the corporate script or something, but if it was close to the weekend, every single time the cashier would ask me, "Hey, any big plans for the weekend?" And every time I'm like, give this, I don't know, we'll see what happens. After a while, I was like, shit, I'm boring, like I want to make their life more interesting. So then one night I was with the girl I was seeing, and the guy came with the same question. Any big plans for the weekend? I was like, I don't know, like, hookers and blowers, so we'll see how it goes. And, the guy's like, health food store in outer space. Well, right on, dude. Well, if she's cool with it, then right on, dude. That's cool. So anyway, let's see. That's my first time. Sorry. I did just see the new Jackass movie. I don't know if any of you guys caught that movie. The star of the show was definitely penis. I'm sorry to give away key plot points to a cinematic masterpiece like the new Jackass movie. And I was glad to see some female representation in that movie, finally. It was pretty awesome. Although I was a little disappointed, though. I mean, if Steve-O is going to cover his dick and balls with a bunch of bees, put some fucking bees on your pussy. That's all I got to say. Come on. Step up and put some fucking bees in your pussy. Anyhow, let's see. Well, I guess I could have put notes out or something like that, but I didn't do that. Yeah, I'll just call that. That's about it. That's my first shot at
it. Guys, it takes a lot of balls to come up here and try new jokes. Almost as much balls as it takes to wear a t-shirt with your own face on it. That's pretty impressive, I gotta say. Is that you, or did you just dress up to look like the guy on your shirt? Which one came first? All right, there we go. Coming up next to the stage, very happy to welcome somebody else that I'm just putting you out here because I don't know if you're ready or not, but Dalen Newton, wherever you're at. Dalen Newton. Hey, there they are. Dalen. I have the same shirt that I wear to swingers parties all the time. So, hey. Way to not feel self-conscious, right? I'm sure, yeah.
Way to set the bar high. All right, so I was here last week. It was my first time. I got messed up a few things and stuff. But one thing I didn't realize last week, it was also Juneteenth, Pride Month and stuff. In honor of some of my gay friends and stuff, I decided to get a little fruity tonight. Dress up on the occasion. So I also have this little thingy here. Just a. Oh, there we go. Full on. There you go. Now, if you're expecting any comedic consistency with any of this banana business going on, you're going to be very disappointed tonight. None of that stuff going on. No. That goes all over my head. Especially when they're like, yeah, no, I was kind of messing up a lot of things the other night. A lot of people going to hear me because I've got, I'm a changed man, I've been hitting the gym. I was like, now I'm all the way up here, Took a lot of hours, 3 reps every morning. You wore the short sleeves just to talk a little bit. But yeah, another thing though is like I kept getting little jelly legs, just like I'd be standing up here and my legs go boing, 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 boing. Like you click it and you get gelatinous even, Yeah, so I took a few L's, whatever. But speaking of L's, I got a friend named Jack, great pal of mine. He loves the letter L, not like lobster lover or legit master, that's a thing. It's something to me. It's one of those rules. I'm super too, but it's like, I don't get it. Those people are. But yeah, the reason my friend Jack loves the letter L so much is because the lesbians also happen to start with the letter L as well. He kind of has a strange thing for lesbians. It's weird how I found out about this. He does Shakespearean and stuff, and I always attended shows and stuff, and I would go backstage to congratulate him. I'd be like, oh man, you did really great. You know, that time you got punched in the gut for being Jewish because, you know, it's a Shakespearean play. Apparently he hated Jews or something. I don't know about Shakespeare. But for some reason, he would always play the Jewish character and get punched in the stomach. But yeah, I went backstage. You know, he was getting it on. So I was like, you know what? I'll come back later, give him a pat on the back. It was, you know, let him do his thing, of course. And so, you know, he comes back to the car. We're going to go head back to his place. And I was like, hey, man, you did a great job there. And, you know, I was like, I bet you got some action. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, yeah, she was really cool. Great lesbian. I was like, oh, yeah, dude, that was really good. Excuse me? You said lesbian? And it's like, you know, my friend Jack, he's a man. And, you know, I don't, now forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe lesbians are only into women, not men, of like, you know, the hairy chest and, you know, the stuff you see in magazines and stuff. So I was quite curious and stuff before we got into the car and stuff, and I was like, you know, I assume this is a normal thought that doesn't come to people and stuff like that. It's like, you know, I've never seen my best friend naked, so I don't know what's down there now. So it's like, maybe he is a smoking hot woman, you know? It is. You know, so I walked up to him, I was like, doing a little inspection, I was looking at his clothes. He kind of had something similar to me, minus the fruitiness, you know? But yeah, I was like, you know, some women wear men's clothes and stuff like that. It's a fashion thing, you know? Nothing wrong with that. So, you know, as any normal person would do, instead of asking him, it's like, you know, what you got going down there between your legs and stuff. I kind of I like aligned myself with him perfectly. I crouched down. I'm like, I just yanked that motherfucker out of the parking lot. And you know, of course, he's quite a very stone cold person. So like, I'm down there, and I'm like, oh, dude, you're wearing the Buzz Lightyear boxers about there. I'm glad I got it for his birthday. You know, he really liked it. You know, and he's just standing there. It's like, you good? I'm like, you know, I'm just kind of like manhandling his legs and stuff. I'm working my way up, you know. It's like first half and stuff, you know. No, there's no hair, but it's like, you know, probably shaves, you know. Grabs at the razor, so all stuff like that. And it's until, you know, I get past the boxers, it's like, oh, fuck no, dude. Start slapping the shit out of me, you know. And, you know, I fall backwards and stuff, and it's like, no, not doing that. I'm like, okay, then explain to me how a man is getting with a lesbian. It's like, oh no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Jeez. But I'm curious. It's like that. No. Like, I don't get how that works. It's like, you know how, like, you know, the Christians would go on crusades and converting people to Christianity. I'm just converting them to a different sex appeal. It's like, you know, I'm pretty sure the Christians use the same twist of logic to twist it that way. But, you know, I'm not going to go comparing the two. So, yeah, it was like that throughout high school. And it was one of those things, oh, the phase, Mom. It was a phase and stuff. But, you know, it didn't really, it gets weird. It gets weirder. Because, you know, he's talked to ladies before and stuff. I've dated plenty of girls, my friend Jeopardy. Love the guy. You know, they did that last week, and I didn't know what it meant, actually, the flash. And it's like, you know, it's supposed to be, you got a minute, wrap it up. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm doing really well. You know, the two kids are getting good stuff. And I was here for another 4 fucking minutes. They were like, no, shut the fuck up, David. I was like, oh, man, the crowd's loving it. Yeah, my friend Jack, whenever he's talking to a gal, he'll be talking to me about it. It's like, yeah, she's great and stuff and all that. And I'll be like, hey, how come you haven't talked to that one chick recently? And with this, it's just so hard to describe. It's just a deadpan face, deadpan tone and all that. He'll tell me, they were straight, and you'll never talk to them again. Yeah, that's just all. That's my friend Jack. Great fellow. He's not here tonight. Yeah.
Bananas and challenging queer humor is just all over Dave Chappelle's face, you know, like. Anyway, coming up next to the stage, you guys. guys are in for a treat. All right, this guy is one of my favorite performers that started showing up to this year mic and has really developed a unique voice. All right, he's got a very unique kind of expression. So I hope you're all very excited for the comedy stylings of Mr. Mark Lies, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Evan. Hi, everybody. Oh, that's just a paper towel roll. It's a good one. Viva. That's right. My name is Mark Lies. My last name is Lies. Who knows what evil lies within the hearts of men? I do. I eat only plant-based meats. So, as a way to balance the natural order, I make sure to decorate my apartment with only meat-based plants. I make beautiful arrangements with Slim Jims, beef jerky, and summer sausage. They look amazing and smell unctuous, and you never have to water them. But if you have a cat, a dog, or a toddler, be sure to take the necessary precautions.
Why are you wearing sunglasses?
What?
Why are you wearing sunglasses? Take them off.
Why? What?
Baby brown.
Would you come on with the baby browns already? All right. Just didn't want to worry you.
Oh.
2 weeks ago, during my set, I told a joke I had written for ornithologists. I thought it was a good joke. I was wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Some of them saw the video online, and the other day I was cornered by a flock of them. IRL. They were not happy. In fact, they were downright angry. Birders. They told me I skewered the pronunciation for the Latin name of the hawk genus Buteo, which I had pronounced Buteo. They were from the Audubon Society, and they said, we Audubon you from telling bird jokes. I said, can't we just change the pronunciation to Buteo? It sounds better than Buteo. That's when they gave me this. Now I'm halfway to looking like Zosterop's Emilie, the mountain black eye from the forests of Borneo. So I have a message for the ornithologist that did this. Suck my big, fat cloaca. I have a problem with writing. I don't think I have dyslexia or anything like that. It's just that whenever I write the word ass, I spell it wrong. Start out fine. A, S, S. And here's where I run into trouble. You see, it feels so good to write that second S. I just can't help myself from writing one more. So all my S's have 3 S's. A friend said it might be a form of dyslexia called aslexia, but he's an ass. A copyright-free picture of a tongue licking a pubic hair is public domain. I was talking. Yeah. I bet they eat good in sex cults. Spring is a good time to start a sex cult. So my friends and I started a pizza sex cult. We eat pizza and then we talk about sex. Different religious sects of the world. Like Mormons, the Amish, and Bagalofians. Can I do one more? Well, I'm looking for a manager, and it doesn't even have to be a man. It could be a woman, or anything in between, or beyond. It just needs to be someone who can book shows for me, take a percentage of my earnings, and get my back in any run-ins with bitch-ass birders. Thank you. If you want to manage me, direct message my Instagram, Mark Lies here. Mark Lies here is my Instagram. Thank you. I love you. I think of you. Have a great night.
Mark Lies, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not at all surprised, as you know, a group of ornithologists is called a murder. Oh, I'm sorry. I even tried that. Okay, coming up next to the stage, very funny lady who just got booked to perform at the Comedy Chateau in LA.
and she's a very good friend. She looks like a nanny, if you ask me. She looks like the nanny that would take your kids on a trip to Paris with, and she would probably do that. I'm sure you could hire her for that gig as well. So put your hands together for Isabel Natalie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if anyone wants to pay me to go to Paris, I'm right here, you guys. Okay. I haven't been here in a couple weeks. A lot of you guys don't know me, but I just want to tell you, I think I'm a pretty good person. I'd like to think that I am not a bad person, and I'd like to think that I am not prejudiced. That I do not judge people based on the way they look. That I do not judge people based on the color of their skin. That I'm not a bigot. But all middle-aged white people look exactly the same. Any white middle-aged couple between the ages of 55 and 75 look exactly the same. I have goldfish braid. I can no longer tell them apart. I can meet someone, turn around, turn back, have no idea if it's the same couple in khaki trousers with a short haircut and a flowy printed shirt. Can you guys tell I work in the service industry? Yeah, it's great. No, I'm kidding. It's obviously awful. It's soul killing. I work in retail. It's the center of jobs. Just sucks the life right out. Everybody should have to work retail at least once in their life just to build character, just to experience that exquisite torture. If any of you ever find out you're dying or that the world is going to end and you have one day left to live, just work a day of retail. Those 7 hours will be the longest 7 hours of your life. I work downtown a lot too. I work somewhere else touristy, won't remain unnamed. But I used to work downtown the plaza, and that's the worst. We've all seen it. All the tourists think that it's the Fiesta section of Disneyland, and they're just walking really slowly in the middle of the road, and they're like, honey, look, there's chili peppers everywhere. I wonder if they use it for currency. And they spell chili with an I. They're just walking excruciatingly slowly, driving excruciatingly slowly, saying things like luminarias or farolitos. And I'll ask them things like, oh, are you visiting town? And they're like, no, we're local, which means that they have a third home here. And retail's horrible because it forces you to just lie all the time. I worked at a jewelry store and I just had to lie constantly about the prices or why are you having a sale? Oh, it's just, it's the off season. It's the on season. We were always having a sale, just so you guys know. They also, I have to pretend like I'm impressed that someone's from Dallas. If you've ever met someone from Dallas, they say it like you're supposed to go, oh, really? And then on the flip side, I have to pretend that it's interesting that someone's from Oklahoma. Oh, wow, do you have weather there? And they're like, yes, we do. Oh my God, we have weather here too. Sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's not. And then they love to they always do this. They lean in real close. They make sure no one's listening. They ask really conspiratorially, as if you have the secrets to the universe. So what's your favorite restaurant in town? I'm sorry, you want me to tell you my favorite restaurant? Why, so you can go there? And then you can wait in line and take up all the best tables and ruin it for everybody else? No, I will tell you my least favorite restaurant in town. I'll tell you this restaurant with the most health code violations. So that way when you get the food poisoning, you won't be having the best time, but it will make a memorable story. And you'll be stuck in your hotel room away from downtown. And I like that. And I'll recommend somewhere like Tomasita's, and they'll always go, oh, no more Mexican. We don't want any more Mexican. We've had enough Mexican. It's that rolled off your tongue pretty quick, Barbara. I'm feeling you've said that before in a slightly different context. So it's awful, and so I have to, sometimes we have to treat ourselves to get through the day. You ever done a load of laundry and then you're like, I deserve Taco Bell because of this. Even if we're gonna get Taco Bell anyway. And doing laundry is just a basic human decency. And so we all have to help ourselves out in some way. So I have a friend who does this, to treat themselves to get through the day. And as I do when I don't know how to end a set, I'm gonna sing you guys a song that I wrote today. And yeah, you can come in on the percussion, but just make sure you have a good sense of rhythm. Don't confuse everybody else. All right. She works all day, she's gotta get that buck. Too bad for her, work is boring as fuck. Sitting around just killing time. Gotta stay entertained so she don't lose her mind. She's gotta take a bong rip to go to work. She's gotta take a bong rip so it don't hurt. She's gotta take a bong rip to get through the day. She just don't know any other way. If she wants to pay rent, she has to play the game. THC helps to dull the brain. 7 hours a day at a job she hates. Saving up cash just to get a new eighth. She's gotta take a bong rip to go to work. She's gotta take a bong rip to keep alert. She's gotta take a bong rip to stay awake. Just passing time by staying baked. That's all I got for you. Thanks, guys.
Yay, Isabel. One more time for Isabel now. Cool. So, we've got a special little treat for you all. A week from today, we're going to be doing a show at Santa Fe Improv, which is on Parkway Road, I want to say, kind of behind Yale Wolf in the theater district. It's going to be a Pride Month show. We're going to have an awesome stage full of queer ladies that are going to fucking rock the house. Ariel Isaac Norman's coming from Austin, Texas. Sarah Kennedy is coming from Albuquerque. Our own Catherine Myros is going to be hosting the evening. And just to give you a little taste of what they normally do at Santa Fe Improv, we thought we would give a little short form improv team rehearsal. So, please put your hands together for the short form team from Santa Fe Improv, ladies and gentlemen. Of which I also have to be a part of. So.
Evan not wanting to admit that he's part of us. Like he's introducing his current girlfriend to his current girlfriend. Welcome, we are Santa Fe Improv. We're a local improv team, which means everything that we say is made up off the top of our heads. It's not as beautifully prepared as the rest of this stuff, so please forgive. We're going to play a game for you guys. This is called World's Worst. The idea behind this game is you give us a suggestion of an occupation, and we will give you the worst version of that occupation. So, yell them out loud and proud. Occupation. Teacher. All right, I like teacher.
I just need a gun to do my job.
Sorry, kid, you'll never amount to anything.
Y'all kids want a beer?
Gotta take a bong rip to go to work.
All right, another occupation.
That's not a treat.
I hear dentist over here somewhere. Dentist. World's worst dentist.
So what'd you do this weekend? True!
I'm gonna go ahead and refer you to my denturist. Thank you.
So I need you to go ahead and swallow. I mean spit.
Oh yes, I see you have the good tooth.
I think I should just pull them all out and start over.
Well, now, President Washington, we're going to be able to solve all y'all dental problems now with just a couple of horse teeth and a piece of wood here.
All right, another occupation. I heard proctologist. We take what we get.
Interesting butthole. I've seen many travelers enter.
Yes, prostate play is really fun. Doesn't mean you're gay.
Okay, you do me first, and then I'll see.
So you're a long-time patient. I need to wear gloves, right?
Is that a light bulb? Because I need a 40 watt.
No, I can get deeper. Up to the elbow. Here we go.
Sir, I can't tell if you're joking if you keep winking at me. All right, next up we're going to play a quick game called Jeopardy, very similar, but we're going to get the answers, and then we'll provide you with the questions to those answers in the style of Jeopardy. So, can I get an object?
Stapler.
Stapler is your suggestion.
What I used to put my foreskin back on?
Is this one for me? I'm burning down the building. Burning down the building.
What you used to staple paper together?
What is a poor tool for crucifixion?
What is the Deep South's answer to how are we going to educate our kids about sex?
What is the one swing line you don't invite the neighbor couple to?
Can we grab another object? Anything at all?
French press.
Lube? Lube. I thought I heard lube, and I heard lube.
What is good for plumbing and sex?
What also makes an excellent dessert topping?
What helps with prostate play?
What'll get me elbow deep in grandpa?
What the world's worst proctologist just refuses to use in favor of an au naturel method?
That's the only thing we in Santa Fe don't put green chili in.
What kind of job can you ask for? You're not so sure what you're gonna get.
What is something that should probably never be flavored?
What do men need who are not circumcised? It's true.
Another suggestion. Anything that'll get us away from lube, please, right now. Basketball. Basketball is your suggestion.
What is something no white man can jump with?
What is the worst sport to play with small hands? It's true.
What is something that I hated in middle school because I had really small hands?
What is the only socially acceptable time to go? You, not you, you, not you, not you.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and duck.
What is the size of my grandpa's prostate?
A next suggestion? Anybody at all? Somebody have more? What is it? And we're back. Speculate.
What is it? I have no idea what that means, but it sounds really dirty.
What maybe kills semen?
I don't know what speculation.
What is the awkward cousin of spectacles?
What does Connor not know the definition of?
What did the salad tongs lie about on their resume?
What's the one thing you don't want to find out he has chilling in his fridge bag at home?
I'm losing it. What object is spreadum in object form?
What does Lum use for specifications in his car? Speculum?
That's a thing.
One
more
more
suggestion. Cereal.
Oh. Make that dirty.
What needs high fiber so my grandpa can poop?
What's my favorite podcast?
What is a cold dish that feels great with your dick in it?
What's the other kind of killer?
What is the reason all of our children grow up to be addicted to sugar?
What is something you should not pour orange juice on?
What is What's something you can put pebbles in front of and make it healthy breakfast food?
What is something that as an adult you could buy all of, but just wouldn't? Whereas as a kid, you would think like, once I'm an adult, I'm gonna buy all of this thing.
What's the kind of monogamy that says you're a terribly lonely person? Thank you, we've been saying
That's Cafe Improv, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow them, you can take classes with them, you can do the same funny stuff they do if you're ever interested. Thank you for that little break. Coming up next to the stage, Sullivan, you ready, brother? Yeah, we got another young up-and-comer, super funny kid. So psyched that he's here. Put your hands together for Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hi there. How you guys doing? Don't actually tell me just a fine, good, or great will do. I don't even know how you do. You ever hate people like that though? You know, like those, you're just saying hi, and you're like, nice, right? Like you see someone, you're like, hey. And they're like, hey, how are you? And you just make a mistake of going, yeah, good, how are you? Well, you see, my cat died yesterday, so I've been feeling pretty depressed about that all day, but like, whatever. But I am meeting up with my estranged family members who I haven't seen in years. So that's pretty cool. Did I just have a fucking stroke? I don't remember any of how are you initiating that. Like, you should just say, fine, good, or great. Whoever said that, thank you. Good, look, you know, you're not a piece of shit. You know to just say good when people ask how you are. But ultimately, though, I did kind of have a situation that lined up with that. It was my 13th birthday, and my mom, who's actually here right now. Hi, Mom. Hi, Melissa. I just want. No promises, Mother. I have a dirty mind. I must have learned it from you. Yeah. Right. But she's a therapist, which I just want to kind of give a round of applause for because that's a hard job. Yeah. She works with troubled youth, and that is a hard job, man. Right? Fun fact, she wouldn't take me. I was just too troubled. She wouldn't see me. She was like, you are far beyond help, son. But yeah, so she takes me and my brother down to Buffalo Wild Wings for my 13th birthday. My brother's just been getting over a nasty stomach bug, right? And so we sit down, we order our food, and as the polite little boy I am, I'm gonna go wash my hands. So I get to the sink, I'm washing them, and this kid from the bathroom stall comes to the sink next to me, starts washing his hands, right? About 30 seconds goes by, silence, before he turns and goes, hey! How's it going? I'm good. How old are you? Right there. First red flag. He was close to my age, but the predatorial instincts started to take over, right? Where I was like, oh, in a bathroom, right? And so I'm like, yeah, I'm 13. Cool. I'm 15. Right, man. Fucking washing my hands. And he's drying his off, right? And he turns to me and goes, hey, can I ask you a question? First thing that comes to my mind, man, he's going to ask me for some kind of like hangout play date deal. I'm going to have to do the awkward rejection, like, sorry, I don't hang out with weirdos, I meet in bathrooms, right? And so I'm like, yeah, go for it, man. And he's like, actually, I'm going to wait for you to finish washing your hands. Bro, this question better not be a fucking hand job. So I'm taking his long hand to dry my hands, by the way. I'm hoping he just kind of fucks off, right? I dry my hands, still fucking there. And I go, okay, what's up? Can I have a hug? Like in here? Yeah, like in here. This is a restroom. Like, there's a full-grown man shitting over there, right? Yeah. Fuck it, I'm like too nice to say no, right? So I give this kid a hug, and I'm doing like a loose hug. I'm like, this motherfucker just pulls me in. Starts really just holding me, man. Gives me a firm pat on the back, fucks off. My little brother has been in this bathroom the whole time just watching this in the corner. He came up to me after the dude left and he was like, bro, what the fuck? That was weird. We walk out, right? We get to the table and our dinner's there. And we get about 5 bites in, at least I do. I look over at my brother, motherfucker is green. Like this kid looks sick, right? And before I can go, hey, how you doing? You know, are you okay? He looks at me and just goes, all over the table. There was actually so much, our trays of food started to float up like Noah's Ark. Fucking, my mom goes, oh shit. I go, oh shit. We hear a waiter from across the fucking room go, oh fuck. Right, chaos ensues. We're trying to like keep the vomit from just sliding everywhere, right? We're getting napkins, and out of nowhere, the same fucking kid comes up to my mom. Hey, Mary. My mom turns around, Chaz? That dude was one of her fucking patients. Right? So eventually, like, you know, they're having a conversation while my mom is cleaning up this vomit. Like, poor mother. And she's like, it's like therapy, right? Where she's like, yeah, how you doing? And I was like, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you? No, Chaz? You know, I'm doing all right, bud. I'm doing all right. And so, eventually he leaves, he starts to get a little bit. And we leave and go, Mom, that was the fucking dude that hugged me in the bathroom. And she goes, oh, we've been working on that. This happened more than once. Man, I'm disappointed it happened in the bathroom. I really thought we were getting through on that one. All right. Thank you guys for your time. I'm sorry.
Keep going for selling, ladies and gentlemen. Like Home Alone grew up. Some, you know. All right. Coming up next to the stage, the always hilarious and ever incomprehensible Mr. Bryant Lawless, ladies and gentlemen. The name says it all. Bryant Lawless.
Hello, everyone here. And outside, too. I got some jokes for you. I like to go to a restaurant and order a Cobb salad, and I tell them, please put the corn on the side. And then I tell them that was delicious because there's no corn on that Cobb salad. All right. I'm at a job where everyone walks all over me on my back, and I figured this is what it might take to get into background work. So, hope me the best. All right. I got pissed off the other day. I shouted. I don't like doing that, but I did. And I said, fuck Nickelback. Yeah, right. Would you spank it into me the way you peed in my face? Shove it in my mouth. Spank it in the... Nickelback sucks. All right. I went down my neighborhood, and one of my neighbors has a sign on his yard that says, slow down, children are playing. And I wish I had a sign on my yard that said, slow down, children are dying in Africa. The other day, someone was complaining at work that there was no precipitation in New Mexico. And then I yelled at everyone at work, and I said, come on, guys, get with it, get involved. Teamwork. God. All right. I like bringing chips and dip to any party I go to, and if someone asks me, where did the dip go, I leave. It's It's a good entrance and exiting. The other day, where it's all. Let's try this again. It turns out a mongoose is not a goose into Mondays. I found that out the hard way because I asked what a mongoose was. No, that's boo. All right, that's good. I'll take it. All right. Here's another one. It's a hard-hitting one. I think I got. I was at work again, and someone asked me. I was in the kitchen doing work stuff, and someone asked me, "Hey man, can you go get a colander?" And I returned with the schedule for work because it has dates on there. And then he said, "A colander," and I said, "You mean the thing that drains? I will get you the drainer." All right, my name is Bryant Lawless. Thank you, everybody. Oh, we're getting a drink.
Hey, one more time for Ryan Lawless, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Yeah. Love that guy. Let's see. Who was next? Oh, right. Aha. So, you can come see this lady do a set next week. She's going to be the host of our show at Santa Fe Improv. She's super fucking funny and rad. So, put your hands together for her. Catherine Myros, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Oh my God, give it up for your host, Mr. Evan Galper. And also for your bartenders. If you don't tip them well, I will shit on your car. Oh my gosh. Happy Pride Month, guys. Gosh, do I have any fucking queers in the building? Love to see it. Love to see it. It took me a really long time to know that I was bisexual because they didn't exist where I was from. I just went home recently and they have this new billboard slogan. It's like really cute and fun. It's for all of the Christians out there. It has fun things that say like, Jesus loves even you. And their slogan is, and I kid you not, nailed it. Just think about that. That's my new favorite. My old favorite was the wear furs, own guns, eat meat the American way. And I encourage all to eat meat, regardless of gender. But no, I actually didn't know I was bisexual for a really long time. And looking back, I'm kind of shocked because there were a lot of like small telltale signs. Like, I don't know if you've heard about these things. They're like secret tells if you're gay, like wearing Doc Martens, I did for a really long time, cuffing my jeans, when I saw titties, all these little things that I didn't recognize. I'd walk into Victoria's Secret and God, I loved it. It took me a while, it really did. But eventually I realized that I like titties as well as penis and vagina. Sucking dicks, licking clits, whatever you do, I support it as long as it's consensual. And so it did take me a while. I totally lost my train of thought. Something about sucking dick and licking clits just always derails me. But everything really did change for me. I got my first girlfriend when I was in college, and like she was really hot. Like, not to make you guys feel bad, but I can pull some fucking babes, all right? And I remember the first time I went down on her because it was a life-altering experience. Like, I'd never been intimidated by a penis, you know? Like, they're straightforward. You can feel like you can snap them if you need to. And like, it's kind of a one-trick pony, you know what I mean? Little joystick action, call it good. But the first time I went down on my girlfriend, she could tell that I was nervous. And kind of harsh my vibe because I got this whole bad bitch thing going on. But I moved past that. But there was something about staring at the place from which you had come from, that makes you feel a certain type of way. And I had this epiphany in my life that I never in my life ever thought I would have. And I'm gonna need y'all to stick with me with this, but I felt bad for straight cis men. And let me explain myself, because we all know this is a touchy subject, all right? Woo, I felt it. It's okay, straight men, you can breathe. giving you some kudos. Because truthfully, there's nothing more confusing than this equipment down here. Like, I think about people who have never had to deal with that, who don't own it and are attempting to bring it to orgasm, and I kind of feel bad for them. So if you are a straight cis man, give me a woo-woo. All right, now that you have plainly identified yourself, I have a question for you. Are you okay? Because I assume we all grew up in a very similar fashion. And I remember in middle school and high school, something about young men being obsessed with penises. Like, they drew them everywhere. And I never understood it. Like, textbooks, penis. Locker, penis. Everywhere you fucking look, these straight boys have penises everywhere. And then I got to college, and I meet frat boys. And now I really gotta ask, are you guys okay? Because have you guys heard about some of these little hazing rituals, you could call it? My favorite is the elephant line. Oh, buddy, I love it. This guy knows. I'd ask you for a demonstration, but I think that you had enough. But it's when they line up in like a circle, and then they grab the penis of the person behind them, and they walk in a circle. So what I'm learning is some of you men are missing out. It's okay, there is still time for you. I know a gentleman over here who might know something. So I'm just a little curious about that whole mentality, because you say you hate it, but God, it's everywhere. Especially with guns, it's a whole other phallus. I'm actually going to end it there, thinking about the gun being a phallus. Call your senators. Bye.
Yeah, Kathy Montrose, ladies and gentlemen. Again, come see her host our show next Wednesday at Santa Fe Improv. It starts at 9:30, 9 o'clock. It starts at 9. It's kind of a late show, so yeah. Excuse me. Coming to the stage next. We're getting into the home stretch, you guys. Just so you know, we got less than 5 comics left on the evening. And kicking us off in our final countdown is Mr. Sam Lynch, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Evan. Guys, I'm at the point in my life where I want a new job, and I keep applying for new jobs, and they won't accept me. They won't let me in for an interview. And at this point, I just want the opportunity to fail a drug test. I have opinions about mice, you know. I don't have a natural hate of mice, but sometimes I'm sitting there on my bed, these fuckers get gray. And they're just staring at me through my desk, just looking still. And I feel like an old samurai who's retired. Who's just like, we don't have to do this. We don't have to go to war. We could get along. I think you're kind of cute, honestly. And then they just make me go on a rampage against the mice. Like, we could have been friends. Which gets me to bugs. I don't think all bugs are bad. Some of my friends are bugs. But sometimes they invite their friends over too much. And then there's the cool ones hang out by themselves. When you're by yourself, sitting in the woods, pondering nature, you see a little bug laying on your hands. You're like, hey, little friend, this is a bond for life. Me and my new bug friends. So anyways, guys, I'm a wildland firefighter, which a lot of people say I'm a waste of taxpayer money, but also, I'm a hero. I'm joking. I'm a guy who sleeps in the truck and masturbates in the tent. My captain was like, Sam, why are you sitting your tent up so far away? I'm like, I'm prioritizing my mental health. I got to be Smokey the Bear once, it's kind of like having a weird child and being like, maybe if I put him in dance class, he'll express himself kinetically. And being Smokey the Bear was weird. You can barely move, you can barely see out of that thing. There's a fan because it's so fucking hot. And kids are okay. They either want to high five you or they're freaked the fuck out by you. And I just remember making eye contact with this little girl. Just looking at her eyes, and she was just like, "This is weird, man." I don't know if that was like her natural instinct, or maybe she was a very like, this is weird for me too. Just a kid, you're a guy who can't pass a drug test. Why you're in a bear suit. And yeah, if you ever see smoke in real life, I feel like it's definitely wise to avoid that. Either that bear, it's a bear wearing pants, or it's a man in a bear suit. I would avoid those both. I was watching some YouTube, and back in the day, ancient man was all about this thing called persistent hunting, where they would just run at a thing until it died. And then, humans got a little bit smarter, and they were like, fuck this. So we invented the bow and arrow, so we wouldn't have to walk all the way over there to kill it. Then we invented guns because they were like, hey, they got some food, and the other food's way over there. I want the food right there. And then we invented Walmart, because owning a gun is a lot of responsibility. And it got me thinking about war. What do people die for? And then I've really thought about it a lot. I overthought about it, and I was like, what the fuck are the Decepticons dying over? Mom, they're gonna pay for my Decepticon. Every Decepticon is a 2016 Ford Charger, Dodge Charger. And it's like, oh, but we left our thing on your planet. We have to go get it. Like, excuse me. If you're my roommate, if you move to outer space, you leave a jacket at my house, that's my jacket. I'm sorry, Megatron. Keeping it. All right, that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Sandwich, reminding us how children develop phobias of people in costumes. Cool. Coming up next to the stage is, yeah, okay, excellent. This is like Garth if he had reached middle age, I think. Put it together, put your hands together for Million Alley Intimate, ladies and gentlemen.
Time stands still in Wayne's World, aka Canada. So Garth never got this far. No, man, I like getting older. It's actually, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. It's kind of nice. Like, I mean, most of you guys are, some of you are new, but like most of you guys know when I have longer hair, like the only way I know it's time for a haircut is because people start making, Home Alone jokes. And I'll take that, dude. I'll take Marv, the funnier of the wet bandits, over fucking Napoleon Dynamite any day of the week. That's what it was when I was like 16, man. Like, one time I was at a bus station and this Mexican kid was like, dude, you look like that guy Pedro. I was like, what? You don't vote for Pedro? And my buddy was like, I think you mean that was the other guy. No. Yeah, man, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm growing into like a hotter Daniel Stern. That's pretty cool. Like, younger and somehow older seeming, because I'm so grumpy. It's great. I haven't even been hit in the face with like an iron yet. Just wait. It's all gonna get better from here. Yeah, man. Getting older is cool. Like, I mean, it's a mixed bag. Like, my mom's getting older. So her friends keep dying, and so that's like a thing we gotta do. Like, just the other week, she lost her vacuum cleaner of 14 years. It was like a farmer from the 19th century, like putting down its favorite horse, like took it out outside behind the barn and just like, that'll do, pig. She called her vacuum cleaner pig, just rid it around. Really love that. It's cute too. She was so sad about it. It's weird getting older, man. Like I'm noticing because like there's there's that radio station, the Cat, right? It's like a jazz station in town, and every Tuesday at 7 they do an hour of jazz versions of the Beatles songs, and I was like, that's the most pretentious, self-aggrandizing boomer bullshit. And the thing is that I found out like I'm part of the problem. I tune into that shit every fucking week. It's my favorite. It's so good. Love me do. You know no, it's actually pretty good. I don't know. But like, I can't do things I used to do, you know, when I was younger. I did one of my favorite activities. I used to do this all the time when I was a kid. Like, I keep injuring myself. I was sitting on the couch all weekend smoking weed and playing video games, you know? And I was smoking a joint like on day 2, and I leaned over and I coughed and I threw out my back. And, it's not a joke. This isn't funny. You know, this is serious. No, this is my whole life. Older stoners have been telling me to inhale from the knees. I thought that was some stupid yoga bullshit, but it's good advice. It's important, and you guys need to hear this. I think I'm gonna do well as like an old man. I've got advice for the young kids, you know, like, yeah, you can fall in love if you want to, right? You know, but like, don't come crying to me when like, you know, she like loves you back and like it makes you want to be like a better person and like break through your boundaries and like grow a little bit and like fix things and like kind of like that's gay as hell. That's what gay people do. They love and support each other because the world is a fucking nightmare and like you just kind of pick someone and run with it and it's great. And yeah, don't come to me if that's your problem because I don't know. Yeah. Love is weird, man. It makes you do weird shit. Like I got up at 7 in the morning today. Did you guys even know there was a 7 in the morning? That's disgusting. I fucking hate it, man. It's the worst. Oh god, but you can have sex then, so like if you haven't, you should give it a shot. It's pretty fucking worth it. You can pull it out. You can take a nap after, it's great. You can get going at like a reasonable time. It's the best. I've got advice for the kids, man. You have to make sure that you do enough LSD when you're in high school, in junior high, and college. So that you don't end up in your 40s still talking about chakras like you mean it, you know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, and here's the thing, like it's not even that they're being phony. The problem is just like you got into something stupid way too late in life to be embarrassed about it, and you're just rolling with it. And the rest of us see you, but you're like 45 and it's too late. I just can't help you anymore. So look, a buddy of mine makes these weird albums with like lots of characters and stuff. And his Patreon fans are crazy theater kids. And they latch on to random characters he brings up for like 10 seconds. And they're like, oh, there's backstory to this. And then he's like, shit, now I gotta write backstory for this. And he wrote a part in like 2 albums ago for this like crazy, miserable, nihilist, drug-addicted clown. It's like it shows up in a song for literally like 20 seconds and all of his fans are like, oh man, what do you think this is about? So for his Patreon fans, he commissioned me to write him a set for this clown. Because he was like, hey, you know, I know this guy who writes really fucking depressing jokes. And so if you guys are okay with it, I'm gonna try some of that stuff. Like this is all stuff I've tried at mics in the past and it's not fucking funny. It's really fucking depressing. But like, think of the content, you know, imagine me with like a Bozo the Con, you know, thing, but I'm like weeping, you know, and just fucking strung out on coke and I had an older brother, you see? Yeah, he always got the good things. He always got the best toys and the girls. And he always won all the games. He died suddenly last year. I've never been more jealous. Our father, he lived a very long time. He lived to be 105 years old. Talk about a life sentence. People ask me why I'm so miserable all the time. They say, Piddles. I think his name's Piddles. They say, Piddles. What? Why are you so miserable? I said, I'm waiting for the uppers to kick in, then I'll be furious. That's all I got so far for that fucking thing, but we worked out. It'll work, right? Just fans world. Give it up for your host, Evan Galbraith.
Okay. Cool. We have a first timer coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Our first time. You saw him up here performing improv a little while ago. We learned that he's a proponent of lube and prostate play. Give her a round of applause to Connor Engelwich or something. What is your last name?
Engelking.
Connor Engelking, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, yes, first time. Connor is such a terrible name. Never liked that name. I just want to let you guys know I'm an alcoholic. I was hoping I'd get more laughs with that, but I kind of blame my mom for the alcoholism, not because she's an alcoholic, but because when she was 15 years old, she got breast reduction surgery. And her doctor told her that she would probably not be able to breastfeed. So when my mom had me, she decided to feed me soy milk. So for 3 weeks, right out of the womb, just brand new baby, I'm drinking soy milk. What was she thinking? So yeah, drink a lot of soy milk, and then she cruised over to the cashew milk, went back to soy milk, and then realized there was baby formula. That works sometimes. I had a lot of other problems with the soy milk. I always had really small feet. So I'd wear shoes really way too big, and so now I have knee issues, and I still I have knee issues, and God, what have I done to myself? One point I was learning how to play guitar, and my dad said, "It's okay, son. You have small hands. So does Eric Clapton." And I was like, "I'm never gonna play the guitar like Eric Clapton, Dad. Like, what? No." So about a few years ago, I decided to go to rehab. Biggest reason I decided to go to rehab was so I could just not have my parents and everyone in my family have them take me seriously, you know. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to rehab." They're like, "Really? Okay, cool." So I went to rehab in Arizona. I just got bullied the whole time I was in rehab. I mean, look at me. It's pretty easy. Go to Arizona. I got bullied. So rehab wasn't that helpful, but it did make me not drink for the last 3 years. Or shit. While I was in rehab, I was encouraged to find something to replace the drinking and replace the addiction with something healthier. So I decided to get hooked on hair loss medications. So for the last 3 years, I've been doing a lot of hair loss medications. You may look at me right now and say, "Is this guy really losing his hair?" I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he is. I don't think so. But that's what I chose. And I also blame my mom for that, because when I was 16, she came to me and said, "Hey, I just want to tell you that my dad, he started balding at 15, and by 21, he was fully bald." So at 16, I've had this horrible fear of hair loss. I'm 29 now, so the hair loss medication's working. It's funny, one of the hair loss medications I take, one of the side effects is you can't get a boner. I took that risk for some reason. Sure. Actually, recently I started drinking liquid Rogaine because I read on Reddit that it's more potent that way to drink it. It will also kill you. So that's what am I doing? Yeah, I got a lot of issues. I recently went to a dermatologist because I keep losing girlfriends. It's not because of the alcohol. It's because I keep asking them, "Am I balding?" And they're like, "Can you stop? Can we talk about something else besides that?" And I was like, "All right, you know what? I'm gonna go to the dermatologist." Dermatologist didn't even look at my hair. She walked in and she said, "What are we doing here?" I said, "Hair loss." She went, "Okay, I think you need therapy. I'm gonna go ahead and not charge you for this appointment because the appointment was $300.
I'm insured. I spent a full paycheck to go see a dermatologist for hair loss. And she said, I'm going to go ahead and give you a discount. 2 weeks later, I look at my bank account, and she charged me. So I went in there, and I kind of just went past the front desk, started kind of not yelling at the dermatologist, saying like, look, you told me you weren't going to charge me for this, and you didn't do anything. And I'm still stressed out. Can you give me a prescription for another hair loss medication? And that's when I started drinking the liquid Rogaine because she wouldn't give me the oral version. And then I told her, go ahead, I'm going to go to CVS right now and get the Rogaine, and I'm going to start drinking it. This is mostly true, unfortunately. I do love myself, though. It's okay, don't worry. Okay. Vanity sucks. I was thinking about eating a bunch of mushrooms. I heard the 5 grams maybe will kill your ego. Ego death. Thanks, honey. I don't know if there's anything else on this piece of paper. Can't really read my handwriting, unfortunately. It's probably the soy milk. I don't know how much time that is, but I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you.
Give it up for soy milk simple, ladies and gentlemen.
That made
All right, coming up next to the stage, you've seen her here before because she probably brought you your drink just a little while ago. Or give it up for the only one of us working for tips this evening, Sarah, the bartender.
Oh man, I hope everybody got their food and drinks. I really tried, I promise. So the other day, I was really feeling my age, and that sucks because I'm 37, so I still think that's young, you know? But when I was a kid, I was like, that's old, you know? But everybody's getting back into festivals and stuff, and it's really wonderful that that's all open again. But I went the other day, and there was a guy who was teaching his daughter, he's like, yo, just roll down the window. Like when he was dancing with her, and she's like, Daddy, you go like this. No. What is wrong? I'll never know the struggle of a cold winter when you're just like with your friends and they're like, hurry up. You're like, you get the wrench. You said you have skills, but they don't. So now that I'm feeling my age, I thought, well, I'll pick up some old people crafts, you know? So I've been crocheting and I decided to do felting the other day, which is where you get wool and a needle and you stab it 1,000 times with your brush. The problem is when I told my mom, she heard felching. And so on Google, and I don't even know what it is. I just know that she's questioning my everything, and it's really jacked up. So I'm not appreciating that. But being a woman in this day and age is pretty crazy because you got to get these little self-defense tools to protect yourself out there. You don't know when you're going to be walking down and some guy's rubbing on you. You're like, ew, gross. And he's like, I'm just looking for directions. I'm sorry. But you should get defensive out there. So nowadays they're making these things where you can have like pepper spray and perfume, or like a knife and a comb, or like just shock people with lipstick. And the reason this is bad is because when I'm drunk, I am not paying attention to myself. And so the other day I saw a really cute guy and I was like, damn. And he was like, what's up, girl? And I was like, I should get some spray. So I go and I pepper sprayed the F out of my face. He laughed so hard. He's like, just put some milk on it. It's going to be fine. So if you've got those, please, girls, be very careful. Another thing that I think is important is that even though we're older, you should have imaginary friends. Because, look at the world today, And I like to have an imaginary friend that I just yell at that doesn't exist, but my poor guy friend thinks he's real. So I'm like, oh, fucking Frank, he pisses me off so bad. And they're like, damn, Frank sounds terrible. And I'm like, he is. He calls it a bomb threat to an orphanage. He's a horrible person. And he just doesn't exist, but he makes me feel better. Because at least I know, fuck Frank, but I'm good. So always get an imaginary friend. And another thing is I realize I'm a twisted person because I was watching YouTube the other day and babies playing. I'm like, how cute. I put on my headphones and listen to like Murder and Mayhem and I'm like, oh, what's up? So, at least I keep on the headphones. But the funniest part is they always have these girls, they're like doing their makeup and, all this stuff. And they're like, here's a disclosure. What you're going to listen to is very graphic. And I'm like, we're really living in a world where people don't know what they clicked. Like, seriously, you saw the title, but then she'll sit there and get water and be like, I just don't put ice in it because it's too many calories. And I'm like, put a disclaimer on that. That is scary. Like, I'm questioning your intelligence beyond belief, and it is just horrible. But yeah, that's all I have in my week. Love you guys.
Sarah the bartender, ladies and gentlemen. Tip her well, goddammit. We will find you if you don't. You guys, we made it. We have one more comic for you this evening. And he is a very, very dear friend. He's a thinker. He's a good guy. He's a wordsmith. He's a wonder. He's a wild individual. He's looking at me like, why the fuck are you still talking? Put your hands together for Phil Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Phil Johnson. It's nice to have you. Hey, you know, I just realized blind people must just hate mimes. All right, how's everybody feeling? Everybody feeling all right? Yeah. I don't know, I think that's something that we don't do enough in modern society is we don't talk about our feelings. There's not really appropriate ways to express our feelings. And that's something comedy has done for me. It's a way to express my feelings. So if you'll indulge me, I'd like to express how I'm feeling.
Oh, no! Oh, God! Oh, I do this tomorrow!
That apparently is not an appropriate way to express yourself in many forms. You know, at work, they break out a new product. So how does everybody feel about this? You know, your girlfriend asks you something, how does that really make you feel? Wow. Yeah. Oh boy, you're talking about balding, and you know what? I'm of the bald persuasion. And I feel that if a woman doesn't like you because you're balding, well, that's hair loss. It's also what they call the security guards at German department stores. Hair loss prevention. So I was gonna do laundry the other day, and it's hard. I hate doing laundry. It always just drags on. You don't want to do it. I feel like a lot of that is branding. You know, like I got all my laundry together, and I immediately felt pampered. I was looking for the soap, and I stopped because I was deterred. Also, you know, I told some nice clean jokes to my laundry. Apparently that's not dry cleaning. Hey, these are getting better, by the way. Let's see. Hey, there's a bunch of different kinds of relationships, apparently. You've got your standard relationship, two people, you know, or, right? Then you've got a casual relationship, which means neither of you want to talk about your feelings. Friends with benefits means you really need to move a couch, but don't have any money. An open relationship, well, that of course just means somebody got caught cheating and nobody wants to break up. Ethical non-monogamy, that's one of my favorites. It's like when you preface the thing by saying, this is morally correct. That's well done, yeah, not pretentious at all. Then we've got, then we've got and these are going out of style because people are learning and evolving, but that never stopped me. So there's some old terms about describing people's sexuality. You know, you've got the basic ones everybody knows. You know, and then you got things like pansexual. So pansexual means you're more interested in like hearts, not parts, right? Yeah. Yeah. Which I feel like you're doing it back. You're missing out on all the good stuff. Parts. I don't care what you're feeling. Give me the parts. Then there's a term that you never hear anymore. Yeah, metrosexual. Used to hear that one. It's metrosexual is the idea of a man, a straight man who dresses like he's gay. And right, and I always thought that was a little unbalanced because there's no like metrosexual women, you know. A straight woman who dresses like she's gay is like that's just a straight woman. You ever see lesbians around and like, that's the haircut I wanted. And that jacket, damn. I wish I was a lesbian. What do we get?
You can read my closet, Phil.
Oh.
My lesbian jacket.
Yes, you have some great big printed T-shirts. Like I haven't seen so many of those since like the stall on the side of the highway. The guy sells, you know, like giant wolf howling towels. No reason you need a towel that big, but they'll sell it to you. I had a closer, but I've utterly forgotten. But luckily, comedy's just like riding a bike, you know, which I've never understood. Riding a bike is hard work. And like, sure, maybe you remember how from when you were a kid, but I also remember how to stick things up my nose. This is ending great too, by the way. I'm really doing well on the jokes that I totally remember. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, that's all right. I'm here to take that.
Phil Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. We have been Wayward Comedy. We will be here next Wednesday and every Wednesday thereafter until the end of time. I am Evan Galbert. Follow us on Facebook, Wayward Comedy. Like us on YouTube. Live stream the show every night. So if you can't be here in person, you can just watch it on the internet. I know that's what you want to do with your time. Anyway, thank you guys again. Drive safe. Tip your bartenders.